Privyet, Dober Dan, and Zdravo. Hey, it's Tom from GreenShortz, and I'm taking a quick break from the camper build to finish the tiny studio. It's been a couple months since I've touched this through the winter, and I'm actually gonna work on it for several days to get this thing as far along as I can. I'm gonna use some leftover spray paint to seal this wood and prime it. It'll soak in really well. And the green isn't gonna be the final color. It's just what I got. I'm gonna sand between coats and then put on the final color, which will be gray. Train's here. Whoop, whoop. Next, I'm gonna install the panes, mixing in the glass with some salvage blue plexiglass. It's time to start on the deck. Sometimes jazz carpentry requires starting over a little bit, and that means this has to happen. Scott got some feedback from the sound guys, and they wanted more sound moving through the building. I think this will work. And it also gives me a chance to show you Lifecycle Building Center like I promised a few episodes ago. This place is a gold mine. Doors in casing, side lights, doors without casing, appliances, cabinetry, some of it's vintage, built-ins, mirrors. These are new windows at discount prices. Flooring, ooh, I need some of that. They got lights, baby. Modern stuff as well. You can tell though, I'm a big fan. They have everything and the kitchen sink. They'll give you a fairer price on faucets too. They even have a few bidets. And if you're in the market for a pink toilet, this is your place. $50, but you can't buy this anymore. They also have an extensive amount of tile, all sizes and textures. They have a nice selection of furniture as well. You're looking for a deal on building materials and you live in the Atlanta area, you need to check out Lifecycle Building Center. Bring your wallet. When you got your purchases lined up, you're gonna go see Kendrick and Moose.
What's going on, all right? Yeah, LBC.
Today I'm a donor and a purchaser.
Yeah, okay.
Twofer.
Come see LBC all day. Like and subscribe.
To do this right, it's gonna need some casing. Right now in Georgia, the weather is hit or miss. It's cold yesterday, it's warm today. Not quite short sleeve weather, but almost. You're not gonna believe me when I tell you this, but I didn't measure that opening. It just works. When I add the casing, hinge that door up, it's gonna fit perfectly. I must have been doing something right. Of course, I neglected to show you while I was at LBC that I picked up those French doors. So, a couple of French doors, exterior grade in fact, and I'm gonna cover those holes up, so don't worry about that. Anyway, I think I paid $100 for the pair, and that ain't bad. All right, so I finally have this thing fully sheathed, and all of the seams are covered with zip tape. It's a little bit of a patchwork, but I was using pieces and scraps, so I'm actually happy with how it looks. Now I'm gonna use some more scraps of roofing material to add a little bit of fascia to cover up the rubber cap on the roof. These 8-inch sections were actually scraps from the roof of my house, and I'm gonna give them a second life as part of the tiny studio. Eyes and ears, JW. With the fascia up, I'm now moving on to the siding. Of course, I'm using some scrap concrete siding left over from my house construction. I thought it would be fun to wear my "I see your stash is as big as mine" shirt for this video, given that my stash is a lot smaller now because of this build. I was able to use a lot of building materials that I'd salvaged from the construction of my home and put them to use here at a music venue that supports my community. Of course, the roof metal is new, as well as the Tink Tube, which was donated by them. Thank you, Tink Tube. All right, so the rest of the siding is gonna go on just like this. I'm gonna be mixing and matching the wide panels with the 6.5-inch panels that I've got as well for a nice little jazz carpentry look. You're gonna have to use your imagination on that part of the video because I am out of time. I've got this thing far enough along that Scott can use it for his first show tomorrow night, but my daughter is running in the conference finals for track, and I'm gonna stop this video so I can go watch her do that. I think you'll understand. As is per usual, my optimistic self figured I'd be finishing up this project in this video, and that didn't happen, as you can see by the zip tape still on this side of the building. This is the 10th episode in this series, and it's been a lot of fun building this project. And I'm going to do one more video to wrap it up, but that's going to be a full all the way through build from the very beginning to the finish. So I'll take you through the rest of the siding as well as the painting and the flooring all that's left to do, but I'm gonna do that in high speed, start to finish. And I think it's appropriate that this series goes up to 11. Special thanks to all of my patrons and members for helping make these videos possible. If you'd like to join me on Patreon or here in the membership section on YouTube, you can check out the links in the description below. As always, my mission here at Green Shorts is to help you see green so you can be green, and save a little green by doing it yourself. In this case, I saved a ton of green by using all these reclaimed materials and sourcing what I didn't have from Lifecycle Building Center. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next Saturday. Go, Claire. Come on. Kick it.
Anna Miller, starting to open it up here.
Girls, nice job.
Woohoo! Look at all those North Georgia girls.
UNG, Nighthawks, ripping it up.
As we continue, day one, the track and field championship.
Booyah! That's going in my YouTube video.